Hi, I'm Sean Jeffrey with REMAX Real Estate here in Whatcom County. I've been doing real estate for 25 plus years, and I just wanted to share a few videos with the public. This is video number 3 of past, present, and the future of real estate. Hopefully you had a chance to watch my 2 videos. First one from the past, the present of real estate, and now the future. And hopefully you find this informative and helpful and encouraging to be able to get out there and do some planning and work on purchasing real estate investment. And so I kind of wanted to talk to you about where the future, how that looks. In the past, I showed you price increases of building equity in your home. For the present, I've showed statistics that show prices are holding steady, and now I just wanted to talk about the future, how that looks, and maybe how you can plan. And so I'm gonna do a little screen share with you here, and let's go. I'm gonna get up to slide number 2. So I've got, hmm, let's see, 6 things I wanna share with you today about the future of real estate. The first thing is gonna be density and ADUs in Washington State. So for Washington State, there are 3 bills out there right now that are looking to increase density. The first bill, 1337, allowing attached or detached ADUs, which are accessory dwelling units, on any size lot that allows a detached house. So that's pretty big. And so they're encouraging cities to do this. And then we have, um, let's see, Bill 1110, and it talks about cities must allow 6 of 9 middle housing types. So we're talking duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, townhomes, cottage housing. And so that's they're wanting to build density. And then let's look at Bill 1245, same thing, increasing residential building capacity. The bill creates more buildable residential lots within existing urban growth areas. So the future is higher density. So, which is a good thing. And then number 2, I'm going to go and actually I'm going to show you one more slide here that talks about this. I want to show what's going on in Seattle. So this construction of accessory dwellings in Seattle has skyrocketed since 2019. So we're already seeing it take place. We're seeing it take place in Ferndale, Bellingham, in our county. We're seeing a lot more of that. And so just look at the detached ADU that have been permitted these since 2014, and we saw that push. So we are seeing, and those are attached ADUs and detached. So combining those together. So we're seeing that happen now. So number 2, what we're going to be seeing is also more condos, and that's not a bad thing because that can tie into affordability for sure. So number 3 here, I do want to what they're predicting is increase of condo sales over the next 2 years. 6 to 8,000 units in the system are being processed and built as we speak. And so we're going to see an increase in condos, and that's a good way to get your foot in the door. And then let me go to screen number 7. One thing we will see are a decrease in home sales, and we've already seen that with the effect of the interest rates. Um, it's taken a lot of buyers out of the market. Later on, I'll show you a chart on payment, but the higher rate has really affected what people can afford. And so in our area in Whatcom County, it has taken people out of the market. So we're going to see less sales, but there are still buyers out there. We're not seeing the 10 to on my video number 2, I believed I talked about um uh, prices and we're not seeing the 10 offers, the 20 offers, the crazy offers, but within a week or 2 or 3, if it's priced right, we're still getting 1 or 2 offers. So the homes are still selling, but we have less buyers. We also are going to have less inventory, and so I'm going to talk about that. And so I'm going to go to, let's see, number 7. Slide number 7. And that one there, so wrong slide. And so let's talk about prices here. I've got to go to slide number 9, not 7. I'm going to go to 9 and 10. So the annual forecast for what we're seeing in unit sales and dollar volume, home prices, 2022 estimate, which obviously we're through 2022, there was a decrease in unit sales. The forecast for 23 is 7% decrease in sales. Interesting, home prices remaining steady is what my stats are showing up to until this point, and then dollar volume decreasing, of course. They show a recovery in 2024. I think that'll be dependent on the economy, interest rate, what happens with that. So I think that'll affect what's gonna happen in 2024. But I think this is pretty close, accurate for 2023 on here. And then pricing predictions for 2023. You can see a lot of the major parties are predicting price decreases in here. But as of right now, we're holding steady in this area for sure. And so let me get to number 13. Okay, couple interesting things here, and this kind of goes in my video number 2. I talked about how the last couple of years I've been talking about our price staying flat for a few years, 2-3 years, and then maybe seeing a slight increase in price and getting back to that normal pattern. I've been talking about that, and the reason I say that is because everyone is locked in at such an incredible rate. People won't be moving, and which will be less inventory. Yes, we're going to have higher rates, but those are going to balance the price. And so that kind of gets us, so that's kind of what I've been saying. And this kind of supports that when you're looking at this chart. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Here we go. So what's interesting right now, 91% of households have a mortgage below 5% or less. 65% of those households are between 3 and 4%. So that is incredible. And so with those interest rates, I believe people are just going to stay in their house longer. And then sharing chart number 17, which supports that in the last couple of years. So the last few years with lower interest rates, you can see that the time in the house was 9.2 years. This is nationwide, of course. But I believe that number is going to increase with people staying in their house. So, so we talked about more density, more condos, making it more affordable. Talked about sales will decrease, prices may decrease, but I'm guessing hold steady. And we've talked about people staying in their home longer, and 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 that kind of and so that'll be less listings and as well, when people stay in their home longer, and that helps keep up price because of low supply for sure. And then I'm going to talk about number 5. Let's see, number 5 is going to be number 14 here, and the effect that higher interest rates have. So if you look at 8 months ago, if someone purchased a home at 855,000 at a just over 3% interest rate, their mortgage is 4171. That same payment only gets you $580,000 now on a house. So that buying power is $275,000 less. And that's a big payment for sure. You know, a lot of people can't afford a $4,000 payment on there. So we have those higher interest rates that'll keep people in the house longer. It will lose buyers, but buyers are still going to be out there. You know, people have equity in the homes. People have to move. People have to sell. People have to buy. It'll just be less, and then there'll be less inventory. And so, hence why I believe that prices will stay steady. Let's see. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is we're also going to see a slowdown in home building, which will again affect our inventory, which will keep inventory low. And we've kind of we're back to about 1 month of inventory. We popped up to about 2.2, so we've seen that already affect our area. But you can see the starts, how they continually to build up from the lows of the market, and now we've seen a sharp decline in new starts. So I think that'll and it's only been since October, and so there were a lot of permits in process, and people, it usually takes, I would say, 6 to 10 months to clear that out, and I think we'll see those starts are gonna be even less as well, and so that's what I see for the future of real estate, unless there's some dramatic shift in our economy, something major happens to our country. But real estate-wise, I believe we're just gonna remain our prices, hopefully, I see remaining flat, low inventory, buyers are still out there, just not as many, people staying in their home a little longer. And so I just want to reiterate to you, and I'm going to go back to slide number 19 that I've shared on ended with all three videos for me, just showing equity over time with real estate. Since 1990, equity, you can see where homeowners' equity has grown, but since the year 2000, real prices have increased 135%. And um, so we've talked, and I'm not sure, I don't think we've talked inflation on this video, but I'm gonna go to number 11 and just share that because real estate's a great hedge on inflation. If you look at our inflation rate right now, our government tells us it's at about 8.3, right in there. Um, they predict it's gonna decline. One thing in this calculation, they don't include gas, energy, uh, food, and so those prices have really inflated. So I believe our real inflation numbers in the high teens. And so if our money's just sitting in the bank, um, our value that money its values decreases. And so with inflation, our money becomes worth less. And so I believe real estate's a great way to hedge that and to build your wealth. And as you can see over time with these videos and statistics I've shown you, it is a great way. It's a great way to invest. So it's a great way to hedge loss with inflation. And so I just want to encourage you, you know, even though it might not be the perfect house, it might not be the perfect location, get your foot in the door, get into a condo, build that equity over time, build that wealth up so you can make your next move. And it even could be a duplex, move into part of the duplex and rent out the other half and become a landlord as well. Let a tenant pay off your loan. So I just want to encourage you, if you need help, reach out to me, Sean Jeffrey with REMAX, 360-961-2483, serving Whatcom County. Today is April 6th and 2023. So I look forward to hearing from you. You have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much.